Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay everyone, now I'm going to interview someone. He is my friend and he is also my English teacher. And he is teach in SMA Anaja Boarding School. He is graduated from STKIP Pasundan. And now he is beside me. Yeah. And maybe we start now. Sir,
Yes, of course.
how are you today? Nah,
I'm fine.
and pardon, sir, because I forget to introduce about you in opening. Could you introduce about you now to everyone, please?
So, okay. You forgot to introduce myself. Yeah, I will introduce myself. My name is Roni Jabara Kiki. Yeah, as you introduce my profession, I'm teacher in SMA Anaja Boarding School. Yeah, I think that's all.
Okay, sir. Now I want to interview you about your as English teacher.
Hmm,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Now is the first question. What do you think about English teacher?
English teaching, yeah. I think as an English teacher is really important profession nowadays because as you know that English is an international language, so it's mean that English is really important in our daily life today. So yeah, I think as an English teacher, it's a important profession.
And okay, next question.
Hmm.
What do you feel as an English teacher?
As an English teacher, I think this is very good profession because I can teach my student English. Yeah, you know that I feel that English is a very cool language and very important language for today. As an English teacher is really, yeah, like I said before, it's really good profession.
Okay, next, sir. What are kind of method you use when you teach on your place? On your class?
Yeah, okay. For the method, I usually use CLT.
Yeah.
Why I use CLT? Because I want to make my student more active in my class. So, as you know, in curriculum 2013, that the student should be the center of the learning and teaching process. So why I use CLT? Because I want to make my student more active.
Okay, next. Is there difficulties when you teach?
Yeah, about difficulties, yes, of course. There are so many difficulties when I teach my student. The first problems that I face is the student itself because not all of my students are active in my class. So I should make them more active in my class, and that's become my difficulties. Cause you know, when we learning something, we should love first the things, so we can enjoy learn the things. But not all of my students love English. Not all of them love English, so that's become the problem for me because when the student do not want to learn English, how we can deliver our knowledge about English to them because they don't want to learn about it. So that's become difficulties for me.
And just know the other.
Maybe the other difficulties is about the what do you call it, prasarana, yeah, something like that, prasarana, because in our school this is new school, so for the sarana is not as complete not in the other school. For like example, we do not have internet access in the classroom, so the student can what do you call it, can search the material from on their phone like in another school.
Yeah, and maybe because the student at boarding school,
Yep.
so the student can use phone or
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, and that's become the problem here. That's the student cannot use their phone because the policy of the school is say that the student cannot bring phone on the class and also on the Islamic body school itself. So I think that's become the problem. Why? Because nowadays, as you know, technology is really important in our daily life, and we need it. Actually, we need it. Yeah, you know, I also use PBL, problem-based learning. So I always say to my student that teacher is not the only source to learn English. You can learn English from movies, from song, and whatever in the internet today, from YouTube, and there are so many in other source. But the most problem that I face in my class is myself itself.
yeah.
Why myself itself? Because actually I as a new graduated student,
Yeah.
I have no many experience in teaching. So when I teach in the classroom, I think it's like still like me learn something. So it's mean that I'm not as I think I'm not a good English teacher until now. So but I still learning about how to become a good English teacher.
Yeah.
I think that's all. The
And
difficulties.
okay, thank you, sir. And the next question is how to solve it, especially in student active in your class. How to solve it?
Okay, to solve the to solve my student that that do not active in my class, I usually what do you call it before we'll start the lesson, we always do some games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I make my student love English first. Yeah, like I said before, because my difficulties in teaching are because students do not love the English. So I try to make them love the English itself. The first step that I the first step that I did is I make them to love myself first. Because when the student love the teacher, the student will love the subject, and after the student love the subject, I think the student will enjoy in learning English. So the first step I did, like I said before, I make them love me. How I make them love me, love myself? I give them games or maybe something fun in English. For example, when I teach song, I always sing a song together with my student. I always play my guitar and my student sing,
Yeah.
and maybe you can change it. My student play guitar and I sing something like
Okay.
that. Yeah, I think the first thing that I did when I solved my problem is that make them love English. And then from the sarana and prasarana, actually because we do not internet access in the classroom, and also the student do not what do you call it, do not have permission to use their phone in the classroom. I just give them the material before they learn. So like something like this. I give them the material today, but the material will be discussed on the next day.
Yeah.
So it's mean that the student have know about the material itself. So when the student come to my class, the student know about the material, so they can ask me and explore about the material in my classroom. And for the last difficulties, it's myself, because my experience is really, what do you call it, a little. So I actually, like I said before, we can learn from many sources today. So I learned from YouTube how to become the good teacher. I learned from YouTube how to become a good teacher and how to manage a student. When my student, in boarding school, the student actually usually sometimes they are sleeping in my class. Sleeping in my class, and so how I manage them to don't sleep in my class. So something like that. I learned from many sorts.
Because maybe so many activities in boarding, Islamic boarding.
Actually, it's not because they are lazy. Why they are sleeping in the class, but it's because they are, like you said before, they have many activities here. So maybe in the class it's hard. They feel so tired.
And maybe that to be a problem.
Yeah, actually that's a problem because when you teach your student, when you deliver your English, your knowledge to your student, and your students sleep, it's meant your student will not get anything because they are sleeping in my class, something like that.
And you have to raising up the spirit.
I should make them more, what do you call it? Like I said before, I want they enjoy the English classroom, so they will not sleep in my class.
And for you give game and maybe music that is do when before you give the subject.
Before I give the subject, but sometimes I also, what do you call it, put them in the middle and also in the end of the classroom learning and teaching process. Something like that.
That's it.
I think that's it.
Okay. Next question. How about your favorite subject when you teach in your class?
Actually, what do you mean the material?
The material.
Of the books. My favorite material, or maybe like I said before, sing a song.
Why?
Why I love this material? Because first of all, I like music, and also I like song, and also I like the expression of my student when I teach this material. They always look so happy. First of all, maybe because all of us like music, and because when I teach sing a song, I usually bring a guitar, bring a music, so I can, what do you call it, make collaboration with my student in English song, so they can enjoy the English song, the English language. So I think that's the best material for me to teach, because I can look that my students are really excited to learn English from the music, from the song. I think that's the best material.
And the student comfortable with your teach.
When I sing, actually, maybe you can interview my student how they comfortable in my English learning process.
And especially in
and sing a song, they are really love it. Actually, because I always also use project, because 2013 we should make a product from the learning and teaching process, so the students should make a product from that, so they show what they learn. It's mean that the product, that in 2013 the students should make the product that show that they have learned about it, something from
review.
Something like review, or maybe like this, we learn about here, and this is the product of what we learn. Something like when I teach opinion, when I teach opinion to my student, I always ask them to make an debate forum, and not a debate play for debate. So I ask them to debate and give their opinion in the debate. So they can do that, or maybe I ask them to make a play in to show that they learn about something, or maybe in the sing a song itself. I always ask them to make a cover song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they make a cover song and then they upload on YouTube. Yeah, yeah, something like that. I want to make sure that they learn something.
That is for finally project maybe.
Yeah.
In last semester.
Actually, not in last semester. I do it for all of the material. In 10th grade, there are 10 material to learn. First of all, is about introducing yourself, and the project for the material is they should introduce yourself in front of other, not only in front of their friends in the class, but maybe in front of their another teacher, something like what do you call it, math teacher. I want they to introduce themselves in English to other people, not only just the friends.
And that maybe show the ability.
Yeah, show the ability of the student. So it's meant that they show what they have learned.
Yeah.
So I also can see how far they progress in learning teaching English. Something like that.
Okay, the next question, sir. Do you have any experience in another school?
Okay, in another school before I teach in this SMA Anajapuri school. Actually, I have the experience when I still become the student of STK Pasundan. Yeah, you call it PPL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I teach in Seman 3 Cimahi. If you know Jalan Pesantren.
Sorry, sir, I don't know.
Yeah, because you are in IKIP, so you don't know. But maybe, yeah, it's actually near to my campus. Maybe just 2 kilometer or 3 kilometer. Yeah, I teach there in Seman 3 Cimahi. Yep.
How about the student there?
Okay, how about the student there? Because you know, Seman 3 Cimahi is one of the favorite high school in Cimahi. The students are very active in my class. Yeah, and they have, what do you call it, sarana and prasarana, a complete sarana and prasarana. So they have many source to learn English, not only from the teacher.
Yeah.
When I teach there, I just come to the class, sit on the back, and see them deliver the material. So what I'm doing there, I'm just clarify what the right and what the true or false statement that they give, something like that. And also for the project, it's more easier in Seman 3 Cimahi because they have phone, they have internet, they have camera, and also time to make the project. Yeah, I think different in this school. That means that school is not, what do you call it, is follow the era, what do you call it? Follow the era, no, follow the nowadays trend in now. I mean, yeah, something like that. I think that teaching in Seman 3 Cimahi is easier from them in this what do you call it, in this school.
And what do you feel when you the first teach?
Oh, well, yeah, actually, my first teaching is not in Semantika Cimahi, but in SMP of Anajaburi School itself. So I teach when I was in third semester.
Yeah.
The first I teach in the classroom is really fun.
Do
Why?
you feel nervous or what is?
Actually, no. I don't feel it. Actually, because I used to what do you call it? I used to speak in front of public, so it's mean for me not nervous when I first teach in my student. But yeah, but I still have difficulties when I teach my student at the first time. First of all, because I do not know what I should teach to them. Because yeah, I know that I should maybe add the first material that I should give them from the first time is about introducing
Yeah.
self. But the difficult is when the first time is what should I teach to them? What level I should teach to them?
Yeah.
Because at the time I don't know how far they should understand about English. At that time, I teach them about introducing self. The material that I should give on 10. Sorry, I forgot to say you that the first time I teach 7th grade of SMP, and I should teach about the introducing self, and I give them the material for 10th grade. So it's mean that it's too high for them. So it's at the first time I don't know about it, about the level of English that I should give to my student. Yeah, I think that's the problem when I was
When you the first.
when I first teach something like that.
Okay, sir. Maybe that's all about my question and about I interview you. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, of course.
And I'm so sorry if I have mistake to you.
Yeah, I also made mistakes in the interview. So I think it's still difficult for us to speak English all the time. Because honestly, I don't speak English full time in my class because that the student maybe sometimes do not understand if we speak English all the time in the classroom. But actually we should do that.
And as we know, maybe English is language is have to be our habit.
Learning language, it's mean we have to use the language itself on every day, and maybe become a habit. Because the best way to learn language is to make it
Practice.
a habit. The best way to learn English is practice, is use the language itself. We know the English, we know the theory of English that we should use something like that. We should to greet something like this. Hello, good morning. We should do that every day so we can still remember how to greet other in English. Something like that when we want to go to somewhere, or we have to or we want to do permission to our teacher, we should use to something like that.
And but in effect, a lot of people, if some people see someone who he is speak English, always like lu so banget pakai bahasa Inggris. So many people like that, and that can make someone what is the spirit to be a down.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, actually, I had experience about it when I still become a student in SK Basundang. I always say English everywhere, and from the mirror, and from on the bus.
Yeah.
When I went home to my home from the school. Yeah, and people say, naon sih? Risih banget ngomong bahasa Inggris gitu. Something like that. But yeah, and I always say to my student like that.